Welcome back to our podcast at home on the Lakeshore, where we talk about home loans with our local home loan experts at UnitedOne Credit Union. My name is Mike, and this is podcast episode number 28. I'd like to welcome back in our local home loan experts, Carrie and Julie. Hello to you both.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Welcome
How are
back to
you
the show.
today?
I'm good. I'm doing
Good.
real good. Glad to have
Good.
you. Glad to have you both back. Excited for our conversation today. We do have a special guest that's joining us today.
Ooh.
That's right. We'd like to welcome onto the show Tisha Odell. She's our community financial wellness specialist here at United One Credit Union, and Tisha's going to be talking and sharing about some incredible partnership that we have here at the credit union with a partner called GreenPath for financial wellness. And we'll talk more about that partnership here in a little bit. But hi, Tisha. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you. Looking forward to being here.
Yes, glad to have you. But now, part of the tradition, and our listeners have been waiting for it, we've gotten all kinds of fan mail these past few weeks as people have been wondering where's Julie at? And more specifically, where's Julie's joke of the show? So before we go into today's topic, we should probably give the fans what they want. Julie?
I'm back. I'm
Agreed.
back. I'm back. Here we go. Are
Woohoo!
you ready for this?
Yes, I am ready.
Yes.
You're ready.
I hope.
Okay.
I'm bracing
Okay.
myself.
Okay. Let's hope. How did the hammerhead shark do on his math test?
You nailed it.
Woo! Yes! I love it. Yes.
I finally got a dad
Perfect.
joke. I'm so excited.
This is a banner day, everyone. That might be the first one we've
And on
actually
a
answered.
Monday, too.
Yes! Yay!
Oh, well done. All I gotta say,
Thank
well
you.
done.
Good one, Julie.
Yes! Yes! I'm so
Oh,
excited!
well, listeners, thank you. 1 for 28. I don't know what kind of a percentage that is, but on our podcast at Home on the Lakeshore, that's a pretty good success rate. To just get one of those feels pretty good. So, congratulations, Carrie.
Thank you.
You
Thank you very
nailed
much.
that one, and then see what I did there.
Got it. You
Ah!
Okay,
nailed
sorry.
that one. Yep.
I know,
All
I know.
right, all
Ooh,
right.
oh, okay. You can't have more than one in a show. I'm sorry, folks. I broke the rule there. But we digressed a little bit. Let's get the show back to today's topic. So, Tisha, thank you for joining us. We're going to talk a little bit today about GreenPath Financial Wellness and the support and the tools that can help our listeners prepare and plan for budgeting as well as the financial challenges of when it comes to buying a home and in some cases specifically buying your first home.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So, like you said, GreenPath is a nonprofit that United One partners with to help with financial counseling, debt management, but also home ownership. So they've got a couple of really great tools for people who already own homes, people who are looking to refinance, and like Mike said, people that are looking to purchase their first home.
Very nice. Very nice. I know we've had this partnership for a little while now and have helped folks access this. Most of these tools, if I understand it, are free, correct? That folks can access these tools and resources for free?
Yes, so all of GreenPath's resources on their website, our members can access for free, and they've got really anything depending on how you learn the best. So they have webinars that are previously recorded, and they always have some upcoming webinars. They've got worksheets, and then they also have what's called the Learning Lab, and that is online courses that you can go through at your own pace. And that's something that I find really beneficial for first time home buyers because if you're at that point where you're renting and you know you want to purchase a home but don't really know where to start, they have ones about making the most of your money when you get a bonus or a tax return, redesigning your financial habits so that you can budget for that home purchase, and then moving on to understanding what your credit is, so you're really setting yourself up for success there.
That's great. That's great information. A lot of times those are the questions we get is, where do I start? How do I, you know, where, how do I know what I can afford? And because we use gross income for qualifying, it's so important that we stress, what is your personal budget? You know, a lot of times people forget we use gross, which means that's before taxes. It's before any health insurances or maybe 401k deductions. So that isn't your take home. And that's a great point, is if you can use a budget sheet or look at options, talk about options on what is the budget for you.
Right. Yeah, because that pre-approval amount might not necessarily be what actually fits within
Mhm.
what you have coming in and what you have going out. So it's a really great way to kind of prepare yourself. And then not only for that mortgage, but for everything else that comes with home ownership, preparing for those unexpected expenses and property taxes and all those fun things that homeowners get to deal with. So it's a really great way to get yourself prepared and know what place to start. And then if you're not interested or you don't learn best from learning online or watching those webinars, they do have financial counselors that anybody can call and talk to and work through that budget with another person, or work through if you're looking to maybe get some debt paid off before purchasing that home, how to do that and save yourself the most money, and really get yourself in a place where you're ready and you're confident to buy that home.
I think that's one of the neat things to highlight as well, is that there's so many different resources with GreenPath. Not overwhelming, but in a way that how best fits you to approach it. Like we have a virtual coach called eCoach Leah. So even if you just want to dip your toe into it, it's a chat tool that you can use online through our website or through the partner website site with GreenPath, where you could just start typing in some of these queries, find out where to start, and take it from there. If you're somebody that likes the human interaction and you don't want to deal with a chat, you don't want to deal with a bot like that, you can pick up the phone and give them a call and have that conversation and explain where you're at in the process, whether you're just first starting out or if you're somewhere on the road, and have them be able to take from that and have good conversations about where to go next, right? That's always some of the tough parts, is like, what do I do next? Or where do I start? Or I've done this and this, what else can I do? And that's really where I think the Green
Mm-hmm.
Path experts and professionals over there can help you. In addition, of course, to our local experts here at UnitedOne, but this is just a great resource and tool to add some more of those elements too.
Yeah, and
Another
those.
thing, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was
go
just
ahead.
going to say another thing that we really find it useful for is when we have our first conversation with someone who would like to buy a home, and let's say we find out they're not quite in the financial position to be able to do that yet. Maybe they have some collections or some things out there that they need to clean up. GreenPath has some great tools for those people too, to do what they need to do to be in the position to be ready to purchase a home.
Yeah, they do a lot of debt management and debt counseling. That if that is something that you want or need to clean up before you're going to qualify for that house, give them a call, because that is kind of the baseline of what they do, and something that they're really, really fantastic at is, helping you understand where you're at and then how you're going to get to where you want to be when it comes to buying that house.
I love the third party that we have, because sometimes it's just embarrassment and people don't know where to start, where then they don't have to necessarily talk to us face to face and 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 feel uncomfortable. They can go to somebody that's going to help them and then come to us. So I love that sometimes that embarrassment is transparent, because they've talked to somebody on the phone. They don't have to explain it all to us. And then we, like us worry about it, or us know maybe too much of the situation. They can clean it up and then come to us. Love it.
Yeah, yep, and that's something that Green Paths counselors do really, really well, is that judgment-free, completely confidential, helping you work through where you're at and understanding that, you know, a lot of people do feel embarrassment, but you don't have to because you're not the only one that's in that situation, and there's
Right.
ways to work through it. One of my favorite tools that they have are some of those learning labs, because I know when I was looking to buy my first house, I knew that I could afford it, but I felt like I was spending all of my money every month and I wasn't able to build up that savings, even though I knew I made enough money to purchase a home. So really those initial steps of, how do I stop spending all my money all the time? How do I take those first steps? So between the counselors and the learning lab, they have so many really cool tools to help you almost change your mindset around money, so that you're ready for those major purchases.
Love it.
I think that's part of what makes the GreenPath program so effective for this too. Because I've talked to people, in fact, one very recently will remain anonymous, but this person is a renter, and they just bemoan the fact that how will I ever be able to save enough when rent costs as much as purchasing a home, or like on a monthly base case, right, when you're paying your mortgage and versus paying the rent. But some of what I was talking to them about was some of these tools that we're sharing in the show today, is that there are ways to understand, where are the dollars going, and then how do you equate that as you move forward? Because if you can afford to pay that high of rent now, you can, in theory, afford to pay that to own your own home and to build that equity. So it's worth taking that time instead of putting up that wall of, well, I'll never be able to afford there and never be able to get there. Let's start creating pathways that can help you get there, that can help having those conversations or begin to think about it differently, as Tisha had alluded to, of like, okay, well, what can I do now that can help me be prepared for that? Connect with those experts, get in touch with those people, because maybe you think you can't get there, but we've proven with many, many other people that you absolutely can. And we have the tools, the connections, and the resources to help you get there. So I encourage folks that if you know somebody like that or have been talking with somebody like that we have the experts, we have the professionals that we can connect you with to help and at least start that conversation. Right, Tisha? I mean, a 2 or 3 minute talk with GreenPath has helped so many people immensely with all kinds of different topics around financial health and wellness, right?
Oh yeah, yep. Just a quick conversation. And one of my favorite things when I'm out talking in the community is when you're making those financial goals, like I want to buy a house or I don't think I can buy a house, is having somebody that can help hold you accountable. So that's another really great thing about Green Path is, yeah, you have that conversation and you get some next steps, and then you set a follow-up call with them, and they're going to ask you about that. So you have that accountability, you have that support to really stick with those changes and make them long term.
Excellent.
How do we how does a member or maybe a potential member, can they get this information besides calling UnitedOne or asking us about it if they're embarrassed? Can they just go to GreenPath direct, or how do they get in touch with GreenPath?
Yeah, the easiest way to do it is start on the United One website. And then on the main menu, there is an option for Learn. And underneath Learn, there's some information right about GreenPath. It'll take you to the GreenPath website, and right on there, one of the options is, financial counseling for homeownership, and it gives you the number that you can call, but it also will link you to all those other resources. Like you said, if you're not ready to take that step to talk to somebody, you can start on your own, start, reading some articles, start watching some webinars in the past, and really just, take baby steps into taking those big steps.
That's a good one. I love it. I love that. Take the baby steps to get to the big steps, because that's so true.
Hmm.
Love it.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Tisha. Is there anything else that we would want to touch on about GreenPath? There's just so many great resources out there. If you're interested in that, as Tisha shared, it's right on our website. We encourage you to go check it out. Again, almost all of the resources available through GreenPath are free and are open and available for you to check out. Coach Leah, the virtual coach, is also free, so you can begin to dip your toe into the waters there. And then once you're more comfortable, if you like, there's that 800 number that you can call and talk to somebody. And again, like I shared, we've had several members, whether they're dealing with a debt situation or a budget situation or a family change, a lifestyle event, that they are an excellent resource to have somebody to talk to. And they are officially trained. Is that right, Tisha? I mean, these folks have gone through training and special different programs to be able to help members with these questions, correct?
Yeah, they are certified. So they go through intensive training and then certification tests. And GreenPath is really great about, some ongoing training and learning about, empathy and all of those things that, when it comes to finances, there's a lot that goes into it besides just the numbers and the money. So there is a really great company when it comes to that, really helping you, start at the beginning and walk through it with, like I said before, no judgment, completely private. Just somebody who's wants and is
Excellent.
willing to help.
Awesome. That's great. That's a great program.
It sure is. I'm so glad we have that tool here to use to help people out.
Me as well. And the other thing I would want to say before we wrap up is that GreenPath is not just for people who don't know where to start to buy a home. If you are ready, you feel like you've got the savings, you think you're ready to take that step, calling them is never a bad option. They're not just there for people who are struggling. They're also there for people who maybe you bought that home and you feel like you're in a good place and you just don't know what you're going to do next, where to go next. Um, their counselors are there for every life stage, whether it's, good, whether you're stressed, whatever it is. There's no right time to call
It's
them.
always the right time to call GreenPath, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Same with when you
Mm-hmm.
go see the doctor or the
Mm-hmm.
dentist. Even if everything's going well, it's nice to know, hey, you're doing well. Keep doing what you're doing. Or, hey, you're doing well. If you could add these a couple of extra things, it would help maximize, or it would help increase and improve and continue to
Right.
go down that right path. So that's great to hear as well.
Who wouldn't want
Super.
to learn some new tips
Hmm.
that help with your budgeting?
Yep. There's always something.
And if you want to find out more of what that something is, visit UnitedOne.org and check out more about GreenPath. So we want to thank you all for joining us today. And if you have any questions about home loans, the home buying process, or want to know more about our partnership with GreenPath for Financial Wellness, we can help you connect with that. So you can contact us at homeloans@unitedone.org, or feel free to go straight yourself to our website, UnitedOne.org, where you can find all sorts of free information provided by GreenPath right through our website and our partner website with them. So if you have any questions, we'd love to highlight a question on a future podcast. So please send them our way. And we encourage you to give us a like and rate us wherever you get your podcasts. And also feel free to share our podcast with others. You're welcome to follow us on social media. We can be found on Facebook, Facebook/UnitedOneCU, and on Instagram with @UnitedOneCU. From all of us today, thank you very much for listening and joining us today. And until next time,
Bye-bye.
bye everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.